Now let's take a look at the switches down here. You'll notice first we have sync, FM, keyboard count, and frequency control. So if I turn this guy off, you notice I'm playing different notes, but 3 maintains a drone. Turn it on, we have different pitches. Let's keep it off real quick and switch the source of the mod wheel to oscillator 3. So we're in drone mode. Now check this out. We get the full range of frequency control now. Now moving on, high freq selects oscillator 3's frequency range. In the low position, it operates as a sub-audio sound source. So check this out. If I go to 3 freq here, and I have it in low position, and let's turn this back on. Notice how it's really, really low, like super low. So I'm going to go up higher in my keyboard. And then what it's basically done is it's dropped it several octaves. So now in order to get it to be like within an audible hearing range, I need to turn the octave way up. And now if I throw back on oscillator 2, you'll see I have a counterpoint. Sync is an effect caused by resetting an oscillator's waveform start point with another oscillator. So as it's swept, it's going to reinforce harmonics of the reset oscillator. The way I do that is I take oscillator 2 here, and I set it to a higher octave than octave 1 to kind of demonstrate the effect. So we've got this at 2. I'm going to take this down to 4, and now let's turn sync on real quick. And I'm going to turn this guy back off. So now we're at normal. And I can kind of take these both down to make it more reasonable. Now if I sweep the frequency here, let's turn 3 off real quick. So you see what's happening there is it's reinforcing the harmonics of the reset oscillator. Now, as you saw before, we have our level switches here. These control not only the 3 oscillators, but also noise. And an external audio source. And right now I have my Alesis Micron going into the Moog. Let's see what happens when I play that. So now you hear the Alesis Micron coming into the Moog, and I can actually use the filters and envelopes to control it. That's not the Moog playing right now, that's the Moog filtering it. Even up the attacks and decays and sustain release. Turn that off for a second though. Let's look at LFO rate really quickly. The LFO rate control controls the rate at which the LFO operates. Notice right now I have a square wave selected. Let's take these down. Now LFO sync has a off-sync function, a MIDI function, a keyboard function, and an envelope gate function. Off-sync allows it to be a free-running LFO. MIDI allows the division of the MIDI clock signal to retrigger the LFO. So if you have it hooked up to a MIDI source, this will work very well. So to demonstrate the keyboard mode, what I'm going to do is actually hit a note. This is the note on signal that is sent to MIDI, so it's going to read it as note on. So every time I hit it, the LFO rate will reset itself. Watch this. So I'm going to hit the note again, taking down the release, so we get a clear image of how it's supposed to sound. Notice how the LFO kicks in at the same place. If I switch it over to MIDI, it's going to be following the MIDI and not where I play the note. Or envelope gate is different as well, and so is off-sync. Off-sync works the same way. Notice how it's different each time, as opposed to when I have it at keyboard, it's being triggered by the note. We also have fine tune, which allows you not only to tune your instrument, but to tune to other off-tune instruments. So say you have a guitar in drop D. And then glide rate, which is like your portamento. So if I have it really low, I can play two notes separately, and they're not going to blend together. Let's change this real quick. Perfect. Now let's turn the glide rate up. Turn it all the way up again.